Have you ever felt afraid of being alone? Not just alone for a few hours, but truly alone. No messages, no calls, no plans. Just silence and your own breathing. And in that silence, you begin to hear so much more. Sounds you thought were long gone. The beat of your heart, the wind against the window, and that small, quiet voice inside you, the one you've been trying to avoid. We often think being alone means being lonely. But if you look closer, sometimes it's the most honest state of being. When you can't pretend anymore, can't run, and must finally face yourself. When silence becomes a mirror. When no one else is around, every sound feels louder. The shadows on the wall grow sharper. And in those moments, you start to see a mirror. Not the one you face every morning, but the mirror of your soul. Sometimes you won't like what you see, because in that reflection lies everything you've been hiding. The mistakes you haven't forgiven, the emotions you've buried, the emptiness you've tried to fill with work, your phone, or someone else's presence. That's why we fear solitude. Because when we're alone, we have to face ourselves. And facing yourself, that's the hardest thing to do. But if you let that silence stay long enough, if you stop running from it, you'll realize beneath the loneliness, there is peace. A fragile, gentle kind of peace, but it's real. We were taught to connect, but not to be alone. Since childhood, we've been told to be social, to connect, to open up to others. But few ever taught us this. The deepest connection begins in the quiet space within yourself. Not everyone knows how to be alone without feeling empty. Not everyone has the courage to stop searching for someone to fill the silence. Many of us cling to people not because we love them, but because we're afraid. Afraid of quiet, afraid of disconnection, afraid that if no one needs us, then we don't matter. But the truth is, your worth doesn't depend on who loves you or who understands you. Your worth lies in how you treat yourself when there's no one else around. Being alone is not isolation. It's coming home. There's a big difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is when you feel cut off from the world. Solitude is when you accept the world is out there, but you choose to listen inward. Being alone isn't about avoiding people, it's about coming closer to yourself. Because amid all the noise, it's easy to forget your own voice. That quiet voice that once reminded you loved writing, you loved walking in the rain, you had dreams, and you believed in something beautiful. Those things aren't gone. They're just waiting for you to return. On a still afternoon, when you no longer have to pretend to be someone else. The fear of being left behind. Deep inside our fear of being alone lies another fear. The fear of being left behind. As children, we learned that if no one noticed us, we weren't enough. If someone left, it was our fault. If everyone else was busy while we weren't, we were meaningless. So we learned to do everything to be seen. We talked more, tried harder, loved too much, even at the cost of ourselves, just so we wouldn't feel left behind. But sometimes, what we need isn't someone to stay. It's ourselves. To stay when our own hearts want to run away. Learning to sit with that fear is an act of courage. Not the loud kind of courage, not the climbing mountains or winning battles kind, but a quiet one. The courage to stay still, the courage to listen, the courage to just be. When you start feeling at peace in solitude, one day you'll sit in a quiet room, no music, no scrolling, no conversations, and you'll realize something. You don't feel lonely. You feel calm. That's when you'll understand happiness doesn't come from someone's presence, but from the feeling that you are enough, even in your own company. And from that moment on, you'll stop needing others to fill your emptiness. You'll love because you want to share, not because you need to depend. You'll speak because you care, not because you fear silence. Freedom begins here, when you no longer need to escape yourself. The courage to be alone isn't about cutting yourself off from the world. It's about daring to exist within it, in all its noise, chaos, and distractions, while still keeping a space that belongs only to you. It's daring to walk through a crowd by yourself, to sit in a cafe without reaching for your phone, to not rush to respond, to let your heart be still. This courage isn't something we're born with. It's forged through collapse, heartbreak, and nights of tears, when you still choose to get up in the morning, quietly but courageously. You learn that some journeys can only be taken alone, and when you walk through them, you no longer fear solitude, because you understand being alone is in itself an act of love. The love you have for yourself. We often talk about love as something to give away, to offer to others. But the first and deepest love should always be the one you have for yourself. When you know how to be alone, you're loving yourself. You're saying to your heart, I'm safe in my own presence. I don't need to become anyone else to be loved. It's a quiet kind of love. Not loud, not intense, but deep, very deep. A love that doesn't need to prove itself, only to breathe and exist. Closing. Being alone is not a loss. It's a journey home. Home to your breath, home to your body, home to the heart that's been through so much, yet still beats softly, faithfully. Home to the simple things you've forgotten. The light through your window, the scent of morning coffee, the sound of leaves whispering in the wind. And when you can sit still, close your eyes, and feel your heart calm down, no rush, no fear, no audience, you've touched true courage. The courage to be alone, the courage to love yourself, the courage to be real without pretending to be strong or happy all the time. Because sometimes, the greatest courage isn't found in conquering the world, but in being able to sit quietly, smile softly, and say to yourself, I'm okay. Even on my own, I'm okay.